I'm here at Locust Street Festival in River West. The street is packed full of people enjoying the food, the sights, and the sounds. This celebration has gone on for almost 50 years. Next year's the 50th, and I can't wait to see how we enjoy it. We almost didn't get to see this happen though.
The origin of Locust Street Festival comes at the climax of years of change to the street. In the 60s, they demolished hundreds of homes in downtown Bronzeville for I-43. Then, in the early 70s, they bulldozed through dozens of homes and businesses in Harambe and North Division, the neighborhoods directly west of River West. This created a high-traffic throughway from West Hopkins all the way to Holton, doubling the lane count from 2 to 4. In the mid-70s, the city made a push to connect those lanes through River West to the Locust Street Bridge, essentially creating a highway for residents east of the river to get out of the city faster. Residents of River West banded together, organizing en masse to petition the city council to reconsider their plans. They didn't want their community to become pavement. They saw what happened in the neighborhoods across Holton and wanted no part. The residents climbed into school buses and visited City Hall during a council meeting to petition for change. Thankfully, they listened and voted unanimously to discontinue the plans. The next year, the community organized the Locust Street Festival to celebrate the saving of the neighborhood, and we've celebrated every year since. This, unfortunately, leaves a massive gouge in the other neighborhoods Locust runs through, and they see the negative effects of the 4 lanes. This section of Locust is loud, hot during the summer, and generally uninviting. Its width and the speed of the cars splits the neighborhood in 2 for pedestrians and bikers. There are dozens of empty lots along it, and no one spends any amount of time here. In 2022, the first change in decades came as the city of Milwaukee announced plans to resurface and make minor improvements to Locust Street from the freeway to Holton. They held a public involvement meeting in June of 2022, and residents noted the high driving speeds and wanted real changes made. Additionally, data released by the city and published by WSDOT both corroborate the fact that traffic on Locust does not support 4 lanes of traffic, at least between MLK and Holton. However, the city pushed back and noted that the desired changes were outside the scope of the project and moved forward basically as is. After doing some light digging, I found that the funding for this project was 80% federal, with strict requirements on what work was to be performed, so their hands were fundamentally tied. Unfortunately, this also means we are locked in for another 10 years of this configuration, where the city would have to pay the federal government back for what they spent. Shortly before construction started, someone died in a horrific high-speed crash here on Locust. This driving behavior is encouraged by the wide lane design, and I feel like it could have been easily prevented with better road design. As for after construction, people are not slowing down at all compared to before. If anything, the new and clean surface makes it easier to go faster. People will continue to get hurt with the street configured like this. This Locust Street project is symbolic of so many other city street projects. It's an underutilized and dangerous street that the city is financially hamstrung to not build better. The project didn't receive much attention from the public, and now we are stuck with design for a long time. We should be rethinking the way we think about these streets that connect us, and we should be engaging when we have the opportunity. As for Locust, I have a few ideas of how to make it better. My dream for Locust is to return it to a 2-lane road aligned with the section in River West. Based on the city's data, there would even be a minimal impact on traffic. During construction, we saw a real-life example of what this could be as they closed a lane in each direction. The only congestion we saw was due to the lack of a left turn lane on MLK, which is easily remedied. We can do a test run right now, just using paint and bolt-on bollards with the street designed the way it is now. If that's successful, we should be able to justify returning the street to a form similar to its prior design in another 10 years when the new surface degrades. That will be significantly cheaper to build and maintain than the current geometry, and would open up some new space in our neighborhoods. What to do with the freed land to the south of Locust then? I see several options ahead. We can return the land to what it used to be, dense single-family homes and mixed-use corner shops. We could have mixed-use housing all along the street to bring more neighbors here. Most appealing to me is the idea of a linear park with a multi-use path through it. To keep car access, we can have some low-speed roads to connect the north-south streets. Though frankly, my street was much quieter and nicer when there wasn't through access during the construction. At the end of the day, I think we all need to get more involved with these projects. If a large enough group showed up at the first and only input session for this project, maybe we could have seen some changes. That makes it easy to remember that decisions are made by those who show up. So show up.